everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're Mega Mods, and in today's video we are in Siem Reap. So we got here earlier on today. We got a 3-hour van from Bangkok. That cost us just over £8 each.
I think it was like $11 maybe with the booking fee or whatever online.
Yeah, so we have rested this afternoon and we're going to head out this evening to meet Morgan's old university friend.
Good morning. So we had a nice time with Will last night. It's nice to see someone from home, especially it's been 5 months and Will's the first person that we saw, that we've seen. Yeah. But we went to Angkor hand pulled noodles and dumplings. That was really nice.
The food was so good. We had honey sesame chicken, some fried pork dumplings, and then some, was it like pulled noodles,
yeah,
sweet and sour chicken. It was really good. I'd recommend it.
Yeah, I'd recommend going there.
Too, not too expensive.
Yeah, then we went to check out Beer Street and had a drink. Pub Street, sorry. And then yeah, had a drink, played some pool.
It's raining, so we have to hide in one of the bars and order a drink.
But yeah, we had a nice time. So today we're heading out. We're going to meet back up with Will and then one of the guys from his hostel, and we're going to go and see the the hero rats. Yeah, we'll tell you a bit more about it when we arrive there. So unfortunately, due to the election that's going on, we got all the way to the rats and then it was closed. It was annoying. So us and then Will and then his friend as well all got there, and yeah, it was closed until after the election, which was unfortunate.
It was walking distance to a nearby killing field, so we walked and there was loads of sort of signs up, so we read and found out some more information about that.
Yeah, it's just crazy to think that a lot of the perpetrators of the Khmer Rouge, like some of the top people as well, not the sort of members that were sort of forced into what they did out of sort of fear of death. You know, they lived long after the regime ended, and ended up dying sort of natural causes in their homes and things like that. We learned that Pol Pot himself spent most of the rest of his years in somewhere in like northern Thailand or something like that, you know, and died of natural causes. It's crazy to think that some of them almost, you could say, just got away with it, really. Very sad. But yeah, we were looking forward to telling you a bit more about the rats, and
we might go back though.
I think we will, if it's open while we're still here, just because it's a great story about how they've trained them to seek out and detect the landmines to sort of save so many people's lives. But yeah.
So we do have a more uplifting and wholesome activity planned for this afternoon.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to this. It's been something that we got recommended when we were in, and it's something we've been looking forward to, so we'll take you along for that as well. We've had some lunch. We've just got a passat out of the main town of Siem Reap, and now we're heading to our afternoon activity. So we've decided to come to this dog sanctuary.
So I found it on Instagram. I've also been recommended it by a few of you. It's called House of Strays, and it's really well reviewed. Like, they look after the dogs so well. So we're gonna go head over for a couple of hours and hang out with the dogs. Yeah,
they keep their location secret, just so that people don't sort of like turn up on the doorstep with strays or puppies and stuff like that, just because they don't have the facilities to sort of take in so many. But yeah, if you do want to visit and then you sort of give your a donation to them, you can message them on Instagram. We'll leave their Instagram in the description and put it up on the screen. And then
they'll speak to you, and then you have to arrange a viewing with them to make sure that they're available and they know that you're coming. But yeah, I was so excited. This is something called mange, you guys might have heard of. Yeah. As awful as it is and as painful and uncomfortable as it is, it's actually one of the easiest things to treat. It's not the quickest thing to treat. It took 4 months of medicated shampoo, antibiotics for her to look as beautiful as she does now. But yeah, as you can see from the muzzle, she was absolutely terrified of humans. She'd never known human love. But by the end of the 4 months, she's the most loving dog ever.
Having such a good time here, aren't we?
Yes, honestly, really recommend it. House of Strays was set up 5 years ago and is a UK registered charity. You can just message them on Instagram and they'll send you their location and give you a time to come down and hang out with all of the dogs and see all the great work that they're doing. Aww.
We're back now. We had such an amazing time there. We really can't recommend you visit enough. It's just nice to see good people doing good things in the world.
Yeah, it was just like such a wholesome way to spend a few hours. And when you are travelling, you see so many street dogs, things like that. It's nice
Strays,
to
it's
see
sad,
them
isn't
being
it?
looked after.
But yeah, it's lovely. It really was. And
Yeah, if you're in Siem Reap, give them a message on Instagram. Go spend an afternoon there. Here we go.
yeah, I'm definitely going to burn my mouth here. They're really good. You can tell they're like fresh and homemade noodles rather than like the ones that we've been having in other restaurants, which are like the packet type ones. Really good. I'd recommend this. It was called, what was it called?
I think it's Khmer hand-pulled noodles and dumplings.
And that's exactly what we've ordered, so you'll see the dumplings are coming shortly. Our dumplings have arrived now. Mike's going to be
I also
our...
had some honey sesame chicken.
But Mike's going to be our chief taste tester.
Watch me not be able to use my chopsticks.
Go on,
I'm
you can do it. You can do it. Cut. There she is, chopstick girl.
Oh, it's hot. It's so hot.
Come back to you.
That's really good.
What's it out of 10?
That's a good 8.5. Comes with like soy sauce and garlic. Different sauce. Yeah. This restaurant's so nice and it's like run by a little family, so definitely come here if you're in Siem Reap.
Yeah, I do here after the touring.
Today we're at the Apopo Hero Rat sort of like tour centre, if you like.
We woke up and it was finally not raining, so we thought that we would utilise it, and this is something that we wanted to come and see the other day, so we finally got the opportunity.
Yeah, and it's all reopened now after the elections. So this is basically where they sort of offer a tour to sort of explain to tourists how the rats are used in the country to detect landmines. They do sort of work that would be considered a lot more dangerous for humans to do with sort of hand metal detectors, just because the rats are sort of too small to set off the unexploded ordnance and things like that.
Yeah, it's a non-profit organisation, so they're not making profits off it. All money from the visitor centre and the tours was $8 each, goes towards funding, you know, the staff, the rats, everything. It's a really great organisation, and they're currently in over 8 countries at the moment, Apopo, so we'll tell you some more facts about it soon. We're almost at the end of our tour, but it's well worth coming and having a look. While we're here, we just want to give you a few sort of facts and figures as to why this organisation is so great and all the work that they're doing. So the hero rats, as they're called, are African couched great rats.
Yeah.
They come from Tanzania, which is the first country where Apopo started using them, and they're now used in 8 different countries around the world so far. The rats, they don't actually detect metal itself, it's the TNT, and they can detect 1 trillionth of a gram. And the reason that they use the rats is because, one, they don't weigh as much, and secondly, because they're so much quicker. So the size of a tennis court, the rats can sort of check for mines and bombs in half an hour, whereas that would take humans up to 4 days to do that. So it's so much quicker, and obviously safer because they're not weighing as much as well.
Yeah, so the rats weigh about 1.5 kilos, whereas often the weight required to sort of set off one of these mines that they detect is usually around 3 kilos and above. So even if the rat was to step on the actual mine itself, the rat wouldn't set it off on the most part.
They have like rat funerals for them, like they are so loved by this community.
Yeah, and there was one rat that has the Guinness World Record for over 100 mine detections.
And they gave him a little gold medal.
It's very cute. But yeah, and then it said that he passed away last year, and he had a little close ceremony with some of his more favoured colleagues and stuff like that. It's very nice. They do seem to be treated really well as well. So like, they go out in the early morning, so it's nice and cool for the rats, and because it's like a bit darker, it means that it's more natural to their nocturnal habitat.
And they put sun cream on their ears and tails.
Yeah, and they are sort of like, from all the films and stuff that we got to watch, they seem like they're treated as like family and almost like little like royal rats. Yeah, because they know how important they are and stuff like that. Because the guy on the video said, you know, him and his family used to eat rats, but now he sees rats in a complete different light, and it's nice because I mean, obviously they're an animal that gives everyone a bit of the heebie-jeebies. Everyone's a bit scared of rats just because they're considered like a pest and vermin. So yeah, it's nice to see that they're being well looked after as well. The tour started off, the lady explained to us basically just some simple stuff about the rats and the charities and how they sort of split up an area that they want to look for mines into sort of like a transect, and how the
how they methodically don't miss any areas.
Exactly, yeah.
And then she sort of moved on by showing us all of the different types of mines and bombs that are present in Cambodia. So there are a few different types, and she sort of explained each one.
Yeah, so then there's like because of the number of different conflicts that have sort of infected Cambodia since sort of like just after the Second World War, really, with like the civil wars, then the American bombings with the Vietnam War, and then obviously the continued civil war up until 1993. There's sort of like a wide range of different unexploded ordnance around the country.
I'm sure you can imagine that there's so many.
Yeah.
And that's why this is so important, you know, that they're affecting local families, innocent people are being affected by it.
Yeah, I think they said there were 6 million sort of that they predicted total. And I think something like there's like 40% have been either cleared or like exploded, and then they expect there's still 60% out there for them to still sort of like work on finding.
The next step of the tour, we then saw 2 of the rat handlers sort of doing a transect with the rat Sophia, and we sort of learnt the difference of how they distinguish between normal metal and sort of the metal with TNT. So when they see the TNT, the rat, they dig in the ground as opposed to just smelling, and then once they have dug, they'll then get a treat for smelling and discovering the TNT.
One thing that I found particularly interesting, just to finish on, was the fact that, well, firstly, that the rats are actually shipped over from Tanzania. They don't sort of have a natural population over here, of course, with them being the African pouch rats. But just the fact that they blood test the rats like after they've been bred, as a measure of their intelligence, and from that blood test they can test whether the rat would be suitable or not for becoming one of these hero rats. I found that really interesting that they could gauge so much information from just a simple blood test. But yeah, and then, you know, after the bit where they sort of, with the handlers, then they did a quick explanation of the importance of them, and then people were able to sort of have a little picture taken with the rats, and yeah, they were really friendly. I think it probably, if you sort of have an experience like that, probably, if you did have a fear of rats, it would probably cure it, I reckon, because they were like really cute.
Yeah, they were cute.
Yeah, and then we watched a sort of a short film
And like a documentary.
Yeah, about the importance, and some of the workers talking about how important they are, the farmers saying how it's changed their lives, and the fact that their families can live safe.
And the fact that they found over 45,000 mines and bombs in Cambodia using these rats.
Yeah, it's really, well, it just shows the importance of the work. And
it's just such a unique experience, and it's very important. So if you are in Siem Reap, I would definitely recommend going out to Apopo, the visitor centre. It was great, and your money is going to a good cause.
Yeah, it's $8, which doesn't make it sort of like a budget activity, but it's almost like you're giving to a charity. Well, you
exactly, yeah. I would recommend it.
This is our last day in Cambodia. We head to Laos tomorrow, so we're going to go and get some lunch, and then have a chilled afternoon, maybe head to the night market later. We just finished dinner at our favourite restaurant, the Khmer Taste. It's like good food, but also it's like the cheapest restaurant that we've...
Cheerful, free water, snacks.
It's lovely, yeah, and everyone in there is really nice.
Well, it's not the best lighting.
Oh, it's alright, they won't mind. But yeah, so we've been eating there a lot just because, like Meg said, it's...
I think we've eaten there every single day.
For at least one meal, yeah, for sure. But
it's of course raining, but unfortunately it is our last night in Cambodia. We were supposed to come for 1 week and we stayed for 3.5.
yeah, so whatever anyone tells you that maybe Cambodia is not going to be like a great place to travel, or the 7-Elevens as well.
Well, it's unsafe, don't go there, don't listen to them. Honestly,
Yeah.
we've loved it so much.
It's right up there with one of our favourite countries that we've ever visited. But if you've liked this video of our time in Siem Reap, we really hope you have, because we've really enjoyed it here. We extended our stay by a couple of days. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Go check us out over on Instagram as well, also at Megan Moulds. Megan makes some nice content, reels and posts, giving you a bit more information. And there'll be a travel guide coming soon for Cambodia as well.
And if you're interested in seeing what we get up to in our next country, so tomorrow we tackle one of the more corrupt border crossings, then keep an eye out.
And as always, we'll see you in the next one.